Ciao ragazzi, hi guys, welcome back to another video. Zamo here, with the sign, with a guest, with a pizza on the corner, ready for today's video. How you doing? In today's video, with the coming of spring, we're gonna discuss footwear, what I think are like 10 amongst the best options for you to consider for this coming spring and summer season. This is a wide research and has options for different kind of pockets, different kind of budgets and different kind of styles. You're gonna see new and you're gonna see old styles, so I'm super excited for it. With the coming of spring, I think it's really important to look at your closets, see which shoes are you gonna wear and be smart about them. In this video, I'm gonna talk about some classic models which are like underrated and maybe they don't get the love that they deserve. And I'm instead gonna talk also about some new edgy models, edgy brands that could be the move for your spring summer 2025. So fasten your seatbelt, grab a drink. Today I have some water and I have some Monster, future sponsor hopefully. Let's get into it. By the way guys, thank you very much for following, liking and subscribing to the channel. We are on our way to 1000 subscribers, so if you haven't done it yet, join the Spaghetti Army. If you're a spaghetti soldier, how you doing extra for you extra? You know, I really hope you have an amazing weekend. Every weekend we talk fashion, we talk design, accessories, whatever, it's fun. So join the Spaghetti Army, that's the name of our community. It's super fun. Thanks for the support. As I was saying, I conducted full research. I was actually looking for some sneakers for my girlfriend and then for myself. It's really important always to have an ear on the street, you know, and understand what's going on in the fashion segment, which pair of shoes can be nice. I'm gonna be telling you my personal experience with some of these models and also some help with sizing, which is always a mystery for shoes. So yeah, let's get into it. This video is gonna be divided into 3 macro categories, depending again on the style of shoe. Style number 1 is gonna be the more like sportswear oriented, technical, functional sneaker, functional trainers. Number 1 is the Norvan by Arcteryx. Everyone knows Arcteryx. Super solid Canadian brand. Climbing stuff, equipment at the forefront of the gorpcore movement, and their footwear is to be appreciated. I personally like this Norvan model. It's really tonal, low-key, but I think can be a great option for the future, can be a great option for spring and summer, especially if you're going or planning to have activities, festival, staying outside. And I really like how tonal and low-key these shoes are. I actually saw them in real life like yesterday. It's a great option for who wants to have like a performance shoe that doesn't scream Arcteryx, still low-key, is still underrated. You can find them, these are a lot into like sportswear, like technical stores. Arcteryx Norvan is absolutely something to look at and consider for this coming season. Option number 2, still in this kind of like segment of like trainers and technical sneakers, the new Salomon Xt-Whisper. We all know the Salomon Xt-6. I actually talk about the experience in this video. I personally love Salomon French brand. They also come from skiing and this is my current favorite pair of Salomons. These are like the Salomon Xt-4. They have a bit of a wider toe box, elastic band fastening, low-key kind of like carbon effect to these. I wear this every day and they're amazing. I'm really happy with these. But looking at Salomon, again, within the Xt range, they came out with this Xt-Whisper. I really like the colors combination. It's a bit like a nod to like the Oakley aesthetic, Y2K functional. So I'm really curious to see this in real life, but I think that can be a great idea if instead you're looking for a sneaker that has a pop of color, has a strong presence to it. This green colorway is sick. So Xt-Whisper, I think can be the new hit shoe, and overall, if you like the aesthetic, stick to it. It's always important, as always what we say in the channel. The looks out of the choir, go for the Salomon Xt-4 in my case, or Xt-Whisper. That's also a super interesting pair, yeah. Then, going down still in this trainer category, we have the Timp Boa. This is the more technical looking pair of shoe. Reminds you of like hiking boots, of ski boots, of mountain gear. I really love Edouard is this Japanese brand that comes from like 2 designers that used to work at Issey Miyake. Was founded in 2018, making big steps, keeping simplicity in mind and also beating the functional mountaineering world. Really like this collaboration. I haven't seen much footwear coming from Edouard, mostly, you know, like jackets, light shells, bags. Think about, for example, about their Dyneema ones. And this Timp Boa, I think they can be really cool. Cycling inspired, functional inspired. Keep an eye of those if you really want something that stands out and that's unique. Number 4, we have Norda. Norda is a very interesting Canadian brand again, and I think they're doing something right. The same DNA as On Running, impressed by the design. They really focus on modularity, they really focus on a few models. And I think that if this design language stays with you, Norda, they're super cool. I actually knew them because it's one of the few brands who's working with Dyneema, again, which is the lightest material, has the highest strength per weight ratio. Overall, yeah, this is a solid pair, and these are like the 4 technical sneakers that I recommend you check out for this spring summer. Instead, if you say no to activity, if you have enough sport shoes and you just want to chill, you want to put on your Sopranos tracksuit, you want to relax, I have two options in this like slip-on leisure category. Number one is Birkenstock. I love my Birkenstocks. I have a pair of Birkenstock Bostons, and I think it's always nice to keep that in mind. Boston are amazing. I have a beige pair made of leather. I actually got it 3 years ago, something like that. But Birkenstock always has a lot of surprises. Quality is amazing. If you really want to go for like a premium selection, you can go with the 1774, which is their most like high premium and high quality line. Of course, 1774 is when Birkenstock was founded in Germany, so that's really impressive. And I personally am eyeing this pair of Tokyos, which is basically a pair of Birkenstock Boston with an additional back closing. As soon as I'm done with this knee injury that has been with me for a few months, and I can also use slippers, no-brainer, Birkenstock Boston. I think that especially during the spring, summertime, you can shine and you can have fun with those, so go have fun with some Birkenstock. If we're talking instead something that's a bit still close in the back, I also absolutely adore instant classic Vans slip-on. These are like the checker pair. I had the first pair like 10 years ago, something like that, even more. I'm old. Yeah, when I was like 16 or something, so yeah, 14 years ago. It's a classic. They're really comfortable. They're really lightweight. They go with everything. They have this light edge, and you know, you can look really like a cool unemployed tattoo artist, which is my core aesthetic. Vans doesn't have the same quality all along the line. I would always recommend you guys go look for like the pro version or the comfy versions. Those models are built with higher quality, maybe are slightly more expensive, within the, let's say, 100 range. They are more resistant, they're more reliable. It's a strike home, so keep that in mind when you're buying Vans. Not all Vans is created equal, and actually something like that will last you longer. If you go for the pro version, you just look into it and you can really get an amazing value, even for just a pair of Vans. Yeah. Then, if instead you're telling me, no, Zamo, I'm a classy person, I want to dress up, preppy, silent luxury, don't do that. But anyways, there is an overall trend, I think, towards wearing leather shoes again, being comfortable with leather shoes and have leather shoes kind of break your outfit. So I'm gonna list the 4 final shoes which are like more casual, more preppy, and I think they're super cool. Shoe number 1 is Sebago. I was actually lucky enough to go visit the Sebago store last year for my birthday. My girlfriend actually bought a pair of these ones, like white and black, like kind of bowling inspired, gangster inspired loafers. I think if you're talking loafers with like a low heel, really classic penny loafers, I would absolutely recommend Sebago. Size-wise, I would recommend you guys go a full size down for open loafers, so this is the case. I'm really looking into a pair, great value, American great brand. Penny loafers are cool like this because university student, when the loafers got cool, they used to wear pennies in the opening of the loafers, and that's how the name came from. It's to look cool. Somebody says also to call home, because back in the days a call from the phone booth was like 2 cents. Nice story, really slick. You cannot go wrong with a pair of Sebagos. If instead you're not looking for like a very low heel and you want a bit more build up, but for comfort, for height, or durability, I would absolutely recommend Solovair penny loafers. I actually had a pair of those like a couple of years ago. I love them. But I made a mistake. I only took half a size down. I would recommend you guys also, in this case, go a full size down. Again, open penny loafers are really wide and you really need that grip because, again, there is no fastening system. Solovair is an amazing brand made in UK. NPS Solovair used to produce for Dr. Martens, and then, of course, Dr. Martens kind of went global and decentralized their production. They don't produce mostly in the UK anymore. High quality production in England, so there's also another pair. If you're looking more for a chunky aesthetic, I would absolutely say the Solovair penny loafers. If instead you want to go mega bougie and you're like, okay, Zamo, I'm tired of my Paraboot Michaels, this is my pair of favorite shoes, I'm talking about it in this video, that's really the best, to kind of take it a step forward and still going into this kind of like derby meets craftsmanship, meets unique pair of shoe while still being really classy but also fun and expressing yourself. I would say that the Jacques Soloviere Edouards are the shit. I actually saw this pair online a few months ago and I've been thinking about it constantly. Size-wise, I measured my foot. I was in constant with customer service and you have to take half a size down. Overall, for formal leather shoes, derbies is always half a size down, is a lace pair, so you need less contact. I mean, this Edouard pair is incredible. I love them. It's actually sold out on their website, 42.5, damn it. They're expensive, but I think that can really reward and can really be a unique pair of shoes that you only have. That's before the hype. and that you can wear everywhere. So this is a pair that if you're looking for the final game derby shoe, I would recommend 1000 times. I might get a pair summer, I hope so. So I will maybe make a comparison video in between that and the Paraboot Michaels, and overall see who wins where. And then last pair, still in this vibe, is the Timberland 3i. So Timberland 3i is a pair of boat shoe. We all know boat shoes are back. Last year everyone was saying boat shoes are back, but now are really back. This is all Miu Miu fall. Boat shoes are back, but don't do bad boat shoes. So Timberland 3i has like this kind of like big sole. They're great for outdoors. They're great all year around. So they're like an elevated, cooler version, like, you know, like Land Rover of boat shoe. So that's amazing. In this case, it's called the Timberland 3i. I love it for a couple of reasons. One is still looks really tough. It's really versatile. It has like, again, a kind of a tonal or anyways brown sole. So that's not too much of a striking contrast. And also because there are plenty of collections and collaborations around. I personally recently bought a pair of their collaboration with Chinatown Market with this kind of like different black leathers. They were amazing, but they were too big. So I actually ordered my size, 43, and I should have ordered 42.5. Also in this case, half a size down is like a derby, is like a string leather shoe. So keep that in mind. So Timberland 3i's, you can find steals online. You can find a lot of options. Just beware of the quality and make sure that the sizing is good. So half a size down from your regular one. There is a lot of collaboration, crazy print. It's like a solid pair of classics. I think you can really have fun and you can really also enjoy them during winter. These are like the 10 shoes that I kind of have in my mind that I've researched and I think are solid. Some of them I own, some of them I've owned in the past, you know, and maybe I wasn't so lucky, but overall, this is my overview. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you have any experience of these shoes and if instead you have a different, completely, totally different shoe. Otherwise, thank you for your time. Go drink your watermelon monster, go drink your water, have plenty of sun, eat a banana, get your magnesium eye, and see you at the next one. Love you, bye.